Here's a disclaimer. I love search engine optimization, and there's a really good reason for that. The reason for that is that search engine optimization, hands down, as a marketing tactic, is capable of delivering more prospective clients to a law firm, specifically to criminal defense law firms and personal injury law firms, than any other marketing tactic I can think of, and I know them all. The reason for that is search engine optimization as a marketing strategy does the following. It lifts your website in search results when people are looking for, you guessed it, services of either criminal defense lawyer or personal injury attorney, or for that matter, lawyers in almost any other practice area. Why? Because today, and I'm recording this in the summer of 2022, most people, when we need a lawyer, we don't go calling our friends or relatives or colleagues, especially when it comes to criminal defense. Chances are we're just going to pick up our phone or laptop or tablet or desktop and search on Google for the best lawyer in this category. Or if we're just gathering information and not ready to talk to an attorney yet, we're going to look for information, how to, or how do I, or what if, etc. Search engine optimization, when done right, and the greatest differentiator between those who are very successful with search engine optimization and those who are not, and the success is defined by getting a high volume of quality leads at a respectable cost per lead. The biggest differentiator is those who succeed have high-performance marketing teams work for them. Those who don't either try to do it themselves, which is silly today, it's almost impossible, or they hire inexpensive marketing companies that deliver very little labor, very little expert labor for sure, so they get poor results. By the way, how much is SEO? I've seen on the low end, some companies will advertise SEO for like $1,000 a month, which is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. Maybe not the stupidest, but it's really dumb because for $1,000 you can barely deliver any labor. And on the high end, I've seen it go as high as $15,000 and over $15,000, especially in the personal injury space, especially in very competitive markets like Chicago, where we are, New York, Miami, Los Angeles, etc. Now, how, if you have advertised before, if you have had a marketing company work on SEO for you and did not love the results that you got, more often you probably hated the results, how do you go about getting a marketing company that's going to deliver the results that you would actually like? Those results that deliver substantial return on investment, you should be looking for at least 1 to 4 returns, meaning for every dollar that you put in, you should be getting at least $4 back. On the low end, really, you should be looking for like 1 to 7, or 7 to 1 rather, 10 to 1. That's where it gets like really good. So in order for you to hire a high-performance marketing team, you first need to understand how search engine optimization works and what are the common mistakes that lawyers and law firms make when going about SEO. First, let's talk about the mistakes. The most common mistake, and I already mentioned it, is hiring a cheap SEO company. They will not deliver results because SEO requires a tremendous amount of expert labor. You cannot deliver tremendous amount of expert labor for $500 or $1,000 or $1,500 or $2,000 or even $2,500 a month. It's just not practical unless you work in a very, very small market, geographical market, and there's very little competition there. Even then, it's hard to deliver substantial results for little money. But when we talk about large metro areas in the United States where things are competitive, forget about it. You need to have a reasonable budget. And that is the second point. You really need to have a reasonable budget. Not just hire a cheap marketing company, or the alternative of that, not just hire a high-performance marketing company, but also have reasonable budget allocated to this. SEO requires some stamina. A lot of law firms, not all, but a lot of law firms expect results like pronto. For that, there is pay-per-click advertising. You will get results from pay-per-click advertising fast. With SEO, it's a long-term game. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint. It will get you there, and it will deliver bigger, better results than pay-per-click, but it will take much more time, much more patience, much more stamina, and probably quite a bit of budget. You got to make sure that you have all of those things in place before you venture out and hire a marketing company that's going to work on SEO for you. By the way, what we've seen from talking to so many attorneys, so many law firms, a lot of law firms have been burned by poor quality marketing companies. How do you go about hiring a high-performance marketing company? Well, I created a really easy tool to use when you're interviewing marketing companies that specialize in law firm advertising and marketing. Down below, download the checklist that you use in interviewing every single marketing company that you speak to, and you will see those that are quality and know what they're doing versus those that are, or worse than that. Seriously, download it. It'll take you like 10 seconds. And once you have it, just use it with every single interview. Now, let's talk about the elements of search engine optimization. Now remember, this is not something that you do on your own. This is not a DIY project. You will need to hire a proficient high-performance marketing company to do it, but you need to know the fundamentals. And the reason why you need to know the fundamentals is even when you're interviewing those marketing companies, you need to make sure that they are quality, and to understand whether they're quality or not, you need to know what is in their plan. Here's what should be in their plan. The first element of SEO invariably is a high-performance, competitive-grade website. It's a must. Your website must project the same or better image than those of your direct competitors, the best direct competitors that are out there on the internet that people are seeing. That website is supposed to deliver great user experience to the visitors. It must be fast on upload. It must serve information to your prospective clients, be it in the personal injury space or criminal defense space or any other practice area that you may focus on. It should deliver information in such a way that makes it very, very easy for people to find that information and consume that information. I love the best-selling book on user experience, digital user experience. Its title is Don't Make Me Think. Your website should not make your prospects think. It should give them the information that they need so that they would give you what you want, which is their inquiry, whether they pick up the phone and call you or submit their information via contact us form. Either way, make it easy for them to find the information that they want, or they'll bounce and go to the next website. Next, your website is supposed to have more and more relevant content than your competing websites. Why? Because Google measures, one of its key measurements to determine whether your website should rank here, here, or there, is it measures engagement. How does it measure engagement? Because most people use Google Chrome, at least in the Western Hemisphere, use Google Chrome to access internet. Google has infinite access to all user data on all websites. And for user engagement, it measures two key metrics. Metric number one is the dwelling time, how much time a typical user would spend on your website per visit. And metric number two, how many pages they would visit. So imagine everything else held constant across your website and your competitors' websites. But when they go to your website, your visitors, your prospective clients, they spend 2 minutes and 4 seconds on your site and visit 4 pages. And when they go to your competitor's website, they spend 3 minutes and visit 7 pages, using exact same keywords in the search field on Google. What that tells Google is that their website has more and more relevant information than your website. Thus, they're going to rank their website above yours. Every notch down in the ranking affects how many people are going to click on your link and end up going to your website, and in turn, that will engage with you and become your clients. Thus, it's incredibly important for your website to have more and more relevant information than your competitors' websites and make that information easy to find. Many lawyers do not know how to execute on this, how to create more and more relevant content. But there's a very, very simple strategy for that, and that is called, one second. It's called, they ask, meaning your prospective and existing clients, they ask and you answer. You should have a number of pages, high volume of pages, each page dedicated to answering one question that prospects and or clients ask you. Do not worry about giving away too much information. Those prospects who want to hire you and can afford you do not want to practice law. And those who cannot afford you, they're going to try to do it themselves one way or another. So you do not need to worry about it. Publish as much relevant information on your website that people care about as possible. Super important. Next, you want to have your website featured and your firm featured in numerous directories. We have a list of over 100 directories in which we place our clients and our clients' websites. And we make sure that there is consistency in name, address, and phone number. It's really important to Google. It may seem silly in 2022, but Google in itself is a giant directory. It draws information from other sites, and it wants to make sure that nobody's confused. So they want to make sure that the information is very, very accurate. Thus, NAPs, name, address, and phone number across all the directories, super important. Next, second to last element of SEO that's really, really important is reviews. Reviews are important for two different reasons. Reason number one, obviously, when prospects do find your website and they're reviewing the information on that website, part of the process, there's a very high probability, is that they will not just look at your website, they will also go to Google and Avvo and maybe Facebook and maybe Yelp and read reviews that your clients have left you. They want to make sure that you're not just good at what you do, they want to make sure that you're actually good at providing the service. Good to do business with. People like to hire people who are nice. So you gotta have a plethora of reviews everywhere, and reviews on Google impact your search engine optimization. The more and the better reviews that you have, and I'm not saying that you need to have all 5-star reviews, have plethora of reviews. There could be some 2-star reviews. Everybody understands that if you've been in business for more than a day, chances are somebody was unhappy with you. It's normal. It applies to every single service business. So you got to make sure that you have plenty of reviews, because once again, reviews tell Google that you're legit and lift you up in the rankings. In fact, all other factors held constant, if you have 150 reviews and your competitor has half as many, 75, chances are your website will rank higher. Now, the last, but definitely not least factor that affects SEO, it's a really important one, and that is the backlinks. Backlinks, simply put, are third-party websites that are lending you some of their credibility. And the way they do it is they publish information about you, about your law firm, about the services that you provide, and they put in backlinks or hyperlinks pointing back to your website, to various pages on your website. The more and the higher the quality of those websites that are referring back to your website, the better. In fact, all other factors held constant, if you have more and higher quality backlinks than your competitors do, your website should rank higher. And the higher your website ranks in search results, the more prospects are going to come to your website, and in turn, the more of them should engage with you, and in turn, the more of them should help you generate more revenue for your law firm. Now, wrapping this up, as I mentioned earlier, the most important differentiating factor between law firms that do very well, most, and those that do not, is probably not their legal prowess. It's their ability to attract more and better clients. And the way you do it is you need help of an expert, high-performance marketing company. Down below, as I mentioned earlier, if you haven't done that already, download the checklist that you're going to use when you will be interviewing marketing companies. Use that checklist in every interview, and you will see right away in the first interview how you have missed so many things in the past when you were hiring other marketing companies. Use it in every interview. We always suggest that you interview 3 to 5 marketing companies and pick the best one that your money can afford. Thanks for watching.